What time is it?
Moments of Inspiration with Zoe.
Hey fam, how you doing? This is Zoe with another episode of Moments of Inspiration. I'm hanging out in the beautiful city of Atlanta and I'm having a great time. I trust you're doing the same and that you're ready for another week full of productivity. And I want to share with you briefly about the power of purpose. Oh, let me tell you, this really blessed me when I went over this. It's actually an account in 2 Kings talking about the prophet Elisha. And I'll just read it to you so we can get through it. It says in verse 20, then Elisha died and was buried, and groups of Moabite raiders used to invade the land each spring. When some Israelites were burying a man, they spied a band of these raiders. So they hastily threw the corpse in the tomb of Elisha and fled. But as soon as the body touched Elisha's bones, the dead man revived and jumped to his feet. In other words, listen, they had enemies, the Moabites, that were going along, and what happened is they were afraid, and the body that they were carrying of the dead man, they just threw it into a grave, and Elisha's bones was in there. By this time, Elisha was dead for quite a while, and so they threw this man into the same place. And the Bible is saying that Elisha had so much power that flowed through his life. Even in his death and his bones, he still had power in it. And when that dead man hit the bones, he was raised to life, raised back to life, and jumped to his feet. And God showed me in these two verses something that was very powerful. He showed me the power of purpose. And that's what I want to share with you briefly here. Purpose is a very powerful thing. And the thing about purpose, there's three things here, and I wrote them down. Number one, purpose is bigger than you. We have to understand that you cannot be self-centered when you're talking about purpose. Purpose is bigger than you as an individual. Number two, purpose outlives you. You have to recognize that purpose outlives you. God is a generational guy. He does things through generations. So there's sometimes he will assign you to do something that your children or somebody else will actually carry out, and you just get it jump started. So that's another thing to recognize about purpose. And number three is purpose works without your presence. It's very important to understand that purpose is a tool, and we're going to talk about that right now. Now, purpose is used to restore, revive, encourage, and resurrect your hopes. Don't you know? I know some of you, your hopes have literally died. There are some things that you were thinking that you would be able to do by now and you haven't done, and you became very discouraged about it. Well, I'm here to encourage you that your hopes can be revived. Hey, get in your purpose. When you have purpose, you get up in the morning with a strut in your step, and you have a strut in your stride, so to speak, when you know your purpose. Purpose is extremely powerful, and just like Elisha, after he died, he moved through so much purpose in his life. It was in his bones, and that is representative of you as well. How many of you can think of a grandmother, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a family member, or a mentor that maybe has passed on now, but the deposits that they have left in your life are still with you even though they're gone? I'm here to tell you there is power in purpose. I want you to live a purposeful life. I want you to live intentionally. That's very important to do. And so I want to leave you with this. There are many people who have had purpose in their lives and still affecting us to this day, such as a family member, as I mentioned before, grandmother, parent, mentor, aunt, sister, brother, Martin Luther King, Colonel Sanders for that matter. But their purpose was so strong and is so strong that it outlived them. So I want us to make sure that we live on purpose and that we live intentionally. Let's focus on that this week. I love you. You're going to do a great job and have a great week. Peace.
Moments of Inspiration with Zoe.